Last year's Rookie of the Year is this year's hotshot.
Cameron Waters, he's bolted.
This guy at front, Cam Waters, he's a real superstar. He's a real young talent.
The season's only young, and so are the drivers. This is where stars of the future start to build their reputation. Well, it's round 4 today in the Australian Formula 4 Championship here at Queensland Raceway in Ipswich. Former series champ and now Fujitsu frontrunner Nick Percat's with us for this show. And Nick, the thing is with this track, a lot of drivers just don't really like it, but it does put on good racing.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see some good racing here. It's quite bumpy, same in the supercar, but I think the boys will have a pretty good go. A lot of slipstreaming, and there's going to be some pretty desperate moves into 3 and turn 6, so it'll be good racing.
Now, the thing is, too, in 2011, the Sonic team, your old team, has been really dominating. Is that a case that they've got better cars, or is it a case that they've got experienced drivers? Because that looks to be the key.
I think they've got a mixture of everything. They've got Cam Waters leading the championship, who's basically a rookie now, and I think the key thing there is Michael Ritter. He knows exactly where he needs the cars at every track, and they're a very good car, and every time they come here, I think for the last 3 years they've won, so I think the boys will be in for a pretty good weekend. We're
expecting another fantastic weekend of Formula Ford racing at a circuit that is notorious for putting on action. But as Nick mentioned, Cam Waters is the man to beat. The youngster from Mildura is on a roll.
Each round of this year's Formula Ford Championship has produced a different winner. At Eastern Creek, it was Cameron Waters who claimed the spoils. His victory gives him a healthy lead on his rivals in the championship, and he wants to protect it at all costs.
When I can win, I will win, but when I sort of put myself in a high-risk situation, I'm just going to sort of settle for second or third. So it's obviously a long championship, so we just got to finish all the races.
His teammate Nick Foster will be one to watch at Queensland Raceway. The early championship favourite is fresh from his first race win for 2011 and is on home turf, where he enjoyed a round win last year.
We've been consistently up there every round. We just haven't really put it together, and at Eastern Creek it started to come together, so just looking forward to this weekend and trying to put something together here.
Both drivers have added incentive for success in the championship. They're part of the Fujitsu Cool Driver program, which offers a V8 supercar test drive with Gary Rogers Motorsport. But a driver who returns to perhaps spoil the party once more is Matt Brabham. He clinched a round win at Winton in the wet and is determined to show he's more than a one-race wonder.
It's fantastic to get my first win out of the way, but I think it also puts a little bit more pressure on me to continue how it's going, and hopefully we can repeat the same success this weekend, but you never know what's going to happen, so hopefully, and I'll just put my head down and work towards it, and we'll see where I end up at the end of the weekend.
Tom Williamson lost momentum after winning the opening round at Adelaide. He switched teams and put in an improved performance at the previous round to stay within touch of the championship leaders. And he knows the unpredictable nature of the Queensland Raceway circuit will throw up additional challenges.
There's some really big bumps. A lot of people call them character building, but they're really not in a good position. On the way into turn 1, there's a downshift there, so you can miss a gear, and braking is everything at this track. There's going to be a lot of slipstreaming, towing, jostling, a lot of blocking, which always creates a bit of havoc.
There are 8 Queenslanders hoping that home track advantage will come into play, while history shows that round 4 could bring up yet another new face on the podium. With just over half a second separating the top 10 cars in qualifying, the Queensland Raceway looked set to provide some of the closest racing of the season.
Foster with a great start. Have a look at Williamson, though. He's trying to make his way into second there. Waters slots into third. Nick, as we approach turn 2, this is the cold tyre part. What are the guys thinking as they come through this part of the circuit?
Well, basically, they'll just all be lining each other up for the big slipstream down the back straight.
Oh, Rayner.
Wide on the exit of 3, and you see them all drafting down the back here.
Yeah, the draft effect nice and early coming into play, and these are the bumps down into turn 3 as well. Oh, Foster with a lock-up. That's going to make him run wide. And have a look at Williamson now. He's having a look up the inside. Yeah, we got Williamson up the we had the outside for 4 now, and he's going to be interesting up into here. Foster won't give him any room. He's playing to win a race here. Side by side so early on. They're so keen. There's a lot on the line here for round 4.
But by lap 3, Williamson was struggling to keep pace with the front runners.
Williamson dropping through the pack. It's weird. I don't know what's going on. He's normally got great pace, but for some reason, he's just being swallowed right up.
Yeah, it looks like he's struggling with a bit of top-end speed. I don't know if he's got a bit of a power issue or a gearbox issue, but it looks like they're just driving past him.
Oh, look at Shea Davies, ducks out to the right-hand side. He's going to go to the brake marker here and get that pass down. Oh, Williamson almost runs him off the circuit.
Yeah, very aggressive. If he's got a bit of a problem with the car, you just need to probably bide your time and just ride it out a bit.
And Daniel Ericsson there in the Bosch entry, he's sitting there watching all of this. He's returned from racing in Europe, so lots of experience there. Coming into turn 4 now, Shea Davies. Here we go, 3 wide. Look at Ericsson on the inside. Oh, no, Williamson, he's been punted off.
Oh, but he's impressively snagged reverse instantly. That's pretty good, but 3 cars into turn 4 doesn't generally mix.
Now, let's just try and work out what happened here. You can see Williamson on the outside there, and Ericsson comes down the inside, squeezes Jordan, and, of course, Williamson had nowhere to go.
There was also a bit of biff and barge further down the field.
Gary Jacobson on the outside of Trent Harrison in the red car. He's a Cairns Rising Star driver, but he's let Jacobson through down at turn 3. That'll frustrate him.
You can see actually Trent looking across at Gary down the back straight, and he's let him go pretty easily, but I think he'll fight back pretty hard up into 4.
And this is where the draft comes in. Oh, more than a draft. That's a bump draft, NASCAR style. And again, Nick.
Oh, he's barely getting into the back of him. He's obviously he wants him to get along with it, or he's just got to drive through him.
Now, Jacobson's just got to remain focused here because Harrison, the car behind, number 12, the red car, have a look at him. He's just having a look down the inside. He crosses left. Jacobson, oh, and again, Nick.
In the back of him again, and I think Jordan Lloyd's just nipped up the inside of both of them, and he's just out of there.
He has. He's picked up 2 positions. He's gone from 10th to 8th in 1 corner.
The 3 Sonic teammates out in front didn't want to mix it up. The same couldn't be said for the battle for 4th.
Turn 3 now. Look at Sager out the front. He's got LeBrock right behind him. And this battle has been raging on all race long, drafting and passing. It's Sheep Stations coming down into 4.
Yeah, these guys are racing very hard. That's why the 3 Sonic cars have virtually just driven away. And we see LeBrock's trying everything to get past Sager, but he's going to have to be a bit smarter than that.
Well, he's been pushing hard all race, as I mentioned. Coming off now here off 5. Oh, see what I mean? He just drops the wheel, so he's got to remain focused. And have a look now at the gap that Liam Sager's just been able to open up from that little mistake.
Yeah, Sager's got a little gap, but LeBrock very good under brakes and instantly closes it up. So this will be a big last few laps.
And Shea Davies is positioned perfectly that if there's any mistakes, he'll capitalise.
Foster was the man in form and kicked the weekend off in style.
Nick Foster with a great gap on the final turn. Oh, he's still pushing though. He's got a little bit of a gap, but he's not going to let that rest. He's coming off plenty of confidence with a win at Eastern Creek. It's a Sonic lockout of the first 3 positions. Nick Foster wins at Queensland Raceway.
Yeah, the boys are still racing hard back for 4th, 5th and 6th. And it looks like LeBrock has held out Sager for 4th.
So plenty of action from race 1 here of the Australian Formula 4 Championship. Nick Foster took the win. Gary Jacobson, a good result back there in 8th. Shea Davies, his first race with Borland in 6th. But the man with all the smiles is with Kylie King, and it's Nick Foster.
It's not often you can lead from start to finish in this racing, but you did it.
Yeah, it's awesome for us. We got a win last round, and we got to win first round and a pole this round. So yeah, it's awesome, and the car speed's good, and we've managed to hold them off. It got hairy at times, but yeah, no, it was good.
Up next, the racing gets a bit slippery.